I think from my perspective, I think there's a massive job to be done in terms of developing people from some of the basic behavioural skills around how to exhibit more effectively. And for me, with my background in events and exhibitions, I felt it was a very good fit to buy into something like the Know-It-All's Guide to Exhibiting, because I really believe that what's happening with the Know-It-All's Guide is very different to what I've seen exists out there in the marketplace at the moment. To put that in context, people come along for a full day's training, they look at the stand behaviour, they look at the marketing activities, they look at the logistics, so they get a lot to take away. So for me, and on behalf of General Physics, to be associated with this just felt right. Yeah, I suppose for me it's been great, because one of the reasons we did this was to look at getting into other market sectors and other areas, and actually we all know that selling is selling and presenting is presenting and communicating is communicating. So I think for me it's been a really interesting learning curve that we are talking to companies from charity sector, from large corporates to banks to a whole raft of industries, and that's particularly where my focus is in terms of learning and development. So it's not necessarily just about the one-day event, it's about all the other things that come post-event. I think a lot of what the delegates are telling us is in relation to we need to sell better, we need to present better, we need to communicate better. So for me, it's not really been one particular area. There's been a whole range of different skill sets that people have been looking to impart to their staff. I think for me, what's been interesting is that with these one-day workshops across the UK, then people are then having conversations saying, how can we develop this further? Could you come and talk to us about X, Y, or Z? So for me, it's been quite encouraging conversations. Well, I think in the main it was about how do we actually become more confident when we're in a social situation, like an exhibition or event, or even in a sales presentation, wherever. So it was about giving them the skills to actually feel more confident about being able to communicate their message more effectively. Particular emphasis was on people who not necessarily sell as part of their role, but they constantly interact with people. So I think those were some of the conversations that I've been having.